Working on this tube here for a rear tire, and I was trying to pump up the tire, and it was like a gusher of air flying out of it. So what the heck is going on? And it was coming out like where the valve stem is. So I thought that the valve stem had a problem in it, like the like the actual valve in there was screwed up. So I unscrewed the valve, put in a valve from another tire, no difference. Then I realized that the tube is leaking, and the hole is right near the valve stem, so it was just blowing air out the rim next to the valve stem. So let me show you what's going on here. So right here we actually have a puncture in the tube right above my fingernail, and what I thought I could do is take this tube repair kit I got at Walmart. It's a couple bucks or whatever, and patch it. I got nothing to lose, it's cheaper than a new tube. And I think that's my only problem, so I'm going to give it a shot. So it's been a long time since I used one of these. When I was a kid, I used to patch bike tires all the time. So I kind of remember there was a metal tool that you used to scrape it down. I don't remember having these push little patches like this. We always had literally like pieces of rubber that looked just like a tube that you cemented on with the rubber cement. And there always used to be a little like metal thing that we used to clean off the tube, not this little sandpaper junk. So better read the directions. So the directions basically say to take the sandpaper and rough it up, put glue on, put the patch on, wait a minute, and tear off the clear cover of the patch. So I'm going to use this kind of oblong one. I think that should hopefully do the trick. So let's see what we got. Let's see here. I'll come up here. I'm just going to take this sandpapery deal here and sand it up a little bit. Not like that's really doing too much. This is some old rubber, man. Probably don't make them this good anymore. And there's a little rib thing right around it here, which isn't helpful. But the puncture, you can see it's like getting longer as I screw with it. Oh, hi, feed me. Feed me. Oh. All right, let me get it going. All right. Okay, I got some of the rubber cement here. And I'll just liberally apply this to the area. And then I'll get my little patch. I got the foil backing off, as they call it. And I'm going to hold this on there. And I remember the smell of this rubber cement distinctly. Reminds me of Tester's model cement. I think I used that once if you ever worked on building model cars when you were a kid. Okay, so we got that on there. And just let it dry for a minute, it says, and then tear off this plastic film. And hopefully we're good to go. Okay, the patch is all set. And what I'm going to do is put some water in my sink and go put this under the water and see if we got any air bubbles coming out. So we'll be right back. Find my stopper, so I use the rubber glove. But I'm basically just going to submerge the tube here and look for bubbles. None in that part. Let's see. Looks good there. No bubbles. That's good. You make some bubbles splashing it around. Yeah, that looks good. We used to have a swimming pool when I was a kid, and we could put it right in the swimming pool. Let's see if the patch is holding. Yeah, not a single bubble. Ooh. There's some under my finger here. Let's move my hand. Let's see. Yep, must have just been air that was trapped under my hand. It looks good. Let's see. We've done almost the whole thing now, so looks pretty good. One more pot here. Now the question is, can we get it back into the tire without trashing it? Okay, it looks good. What I'm going to do is unscrew the valve stem here, which will hopefully allow this thing to deflate pretty good. Come on. This has a weird valve stem in it. It's like this big spring-loaded deal. I never saw one like that. Usually, they're like this little one. Yeah, that's working. So let me go get the wheel, and then hopefully we can stuff this tube back in the wheel. I was able to use my big tire changer to get the bead broken here and off, and I should be able to stuff that tube right in this huge amount of space with no issue. The bigger the tire, the easier this is to do. And you see there's a little cracking here on the outside, but believe it or not, none of that cracking goes to the inside whatsoever, so that's good news. I was able to stuff the tube in there easily. Now I'm going to put the tire on my mounting machine and fix it. This thing here is a Tractor Supply model, but I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing as Harbor Freight probably. I noticed that all the cheap crap they have at Tractor Supply is the same cheap crap they have at Harbor Freight. And pretty much all I got to do is get this tire back on the bead and pump it up. Let's see. What I've learned doing this is that the bigger the tire, the easier this is to do. And the older the tire, a lot of times the more pliable it is as well. So it's never easy, but let's see if we can get her on. Key is trying to keep the tire down in the middle of the rim, not right around the edge of the bead. That way it can stretch farther. So if you got a little wheel like a leaf blower wheel, this is like impossible to do. But you get a big tire like this, back tire off of Gravely, and it's not so bad. Alright, we're almost on. There you go, all set. Now I just got to put my valve stem back in and inflate it. Let's see. Valve core, I guess you call it. Let's see here. You screw that bad boy in. Oh, this is working. Alright, let's get the air hose. See what we can do. See if we got a gusher like we did before. Hear any psh, then we got a problem. I don't hear any gushing. Oh crap, the freaking valve stem just sucked in the tire. Oops. Alright, I think I can get a pair of pliers and pull it out. I'll do that off camera. I usually put a pair of vice grips on there, so that can't happen. But I'm in a rush, and look what happened. Now, see if I can get it on the film here, but it's hard to see, but it is right inside the hole right there. So I'm going to try to take a little pair of pliers and grab it and pull it out. I'll do it off cam. Alright, I finally got this stupid tire back together. And I ended up putting a washer under the cap for the valve stem here, just in case it tries to suck through again. That will prevent it from happening. But it took me literally about 4 tries to get that stupid tube in there without that valve stem sucking into the wheel. What a pain.